Good morning, everybody. Well, I've got another story to tell, and yeah, you always need one of these around, always, if you've got animals like this. And I want to tell you what just happened. So, I'm just busy doing stuff, getting ready for the day, and I got this idea in my head. I have to go upstairs and quickly make one of those panels that I've been doing in the last few months. And I thought, okay, let me go and do that. And I got up there, and the next moment, my eye just catches a glimpse of little Miss Sassy Pants. And she's actually inside the tiger's enclosure. And she was actually walking just around there by that ball. And immediately, well, you get quite a fright. And, just a wake-up call. And the next moment, I'm in my robe. I kick off my shoes. No, not really shoes, just some soft, how can I put it? We call it slippers in Afrikaans. But I'm kicking it off, and I am finding myself in the tiger's enclosure again. And yeah, I was chasing her around. The tigers saw me. They were both around this area. And she is running over here again where Enzo is walking, and running back again, and she's trying to climb out on this fence. And then she only went halfway and she jumped down. And I've got the fire extinguisher with me, but it's kind of empty. There's almost nothing left in it. And well, I ran over to the other side again, and now Diego is starting to walk down those steps. And I'm on this side, and she starts climbing up this again, and she climbs up, and when she got about here, I actually used the fire extinguisher to blow right behind her so she would get a huge fright and get out of the enclosure. And she did. She's out, she's over, and I just saw her here now. Let me just see where she is. That is Miss Sassy Pants. Let's just see where is Sassy Pants. But in any case, she is out. But the problem is, she learned that she could hang on to this fence. And yeah, that was, I know exactly the moment when she realized that she can just go up there. And I saw it with my own eyes. And she was taught that. And that was wrong. And I'm thinking, what will I do? I don't want these cats to get taught that they are able to climb into this enclosure, because that's what happened. She just climbed over because she knew about it. And then I'm thinking, there's some guys with bikes going down. Every Sunday they ride around the fields here in South Africa. It's actually something that is quite common around here. So just excuse them for a second. There they go. But in any case, yeah, she was taught that. She didn't just do it all by herself. She was actually shown that she can hang on to the fence. Now, it's one of my friends that always comes to me. He always comes and visits around here. And a good friend of mine, well, I'm going to tell him that, because it was just having fun, just being funny, putting the cat onto the fence, just to grab onto the fence, and then she gets off. But she realized that she is able to climb. And that's what she did. Here she is. Yeah. So, I don't know. Everything turned out great again. And these things do turn out great for me every time. But you have to be careful what you teach the young ones and the small ones. They are not able to think for themselves. So be careful. Your influence is huge. If you are amongst children or even older people, doesn't matter, because age is just, let me put it to you like this, a 60-year-old is just a 60-year-old child. So influence is huge. Be careful how you influence anything. You have to know that when you leave any place, you are leaving it better than it was. So yeah, all turned out great, but I had that voice in my head that said, go up. There's the upstairs part. Let me just try and show you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And go and make one of those panels, one of the last ones. And I did that. But and the tigers could not see the cats. And they were right here. And the cat was right there. They could not see the cat. And the only time they saw it was when I was already chasing her out. So those are things that I value tremendously in my life. I get that message, and then I'm able to react. And yeah, it all works out great in the end. But it has happened quite a few times. And now I've seen that I know that she climbed in over this fence. She did not go through an entrance like the other day. I made a mistake the other day when Spider Cat went into the enclosure, because the door was open. I did pay attention, but I could not pay attention every single second. It is just physically impossible, because you turn around and he's in. But he also got out perfectly fine. You know about that incident, the Spider Cat incident. There's a video called the Spider Cat incident explanation. But yeah, I'm gonna have to consider a way of not even allowing these kittens to come close to this fence. And those are things that you have to keep in mind when you are doing things like I am doing. It is just not possible to make even one mistake, because they learn. They get everything. They're like little sponges. They just take up information, and it becomes a problem when they do have the wrong information. So Katas just wants to say hi also. And she's getting even bigger. I was carrying her downstairs this morning and I saw her feet. She is a huge cat. But yeah, so glad. She was also in the tiger enclosure once, and that's the one that I took out of Diego's mouth. So that video you can also see. But it's not about saving them. That's not the thing. That's Vegetarian Cat getting into a little fight there with Miss Sassy Pants. So it's not about saving them all the time. It's about keeping them safe. And I don't know. I'm thinking I have to make it even more safe. And then I'm thinking, but I'm already doing everything I can, and I'm changing as I am able to. That gate that I want to fit in that side, right over here. I was thinking, well, maybe I should just add the gate to the wall that can actually swivel from side to side. But then I'm thinking, that's not what saves the situation every time. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like the safety thing that you are preparing for is not even making a difference. But when something happens, every time we get through it. And I know why. And I don't know, people are not always able to understand that. But I take myself, my own personality, and I know it. I know my personality very well. I know my limits, but I know myself. I know what I am able to do and how I react. and I am comfortable with my own personality. And yeah, I guess if I have to say, I do have something looking after me. And I've learned that it is very powerful, and it's strong, and it is able to look after me. Whenever I do stuff, it is there, it is watching. And if I should need it, it is there to help me. And I've started to realize that it's not the safety features in the car, it's not the fence, it's got nothing to do with it. It is the way you are being looked after. And that is an extension of myself. I can see the detail that I had to use the fire extinguisher the other day, and it was almost empty. And now when I was in there, I needed an empty fire extinguisher. Let me just clean my throat there for a second. But I needed a fire extinguisher that was almost empty, because I couldn't have just blown her from there over with a full fire extinguisher. And yeah, it worked out perfect. The small details. When you realize those small, thin details, and you see how it all fits together, then you realize that it was not the fire extinguisher that did it. It was not anything. I mean, I went in here in my robe. I didn't have shoes on. And she's out. And she's perfectly fine. Unharmed. Everybody's happy. I don't want people to just rely on these things. But I do. And I know why. Because I've seen this before. So, realize that the things I do is not really possible. That sounds crazy. I know. I'm not able to explain it to you otherwise. I can only say that something is looking after me, and it is very powerful, and there is no way that anything can get me down. And I don't want you to think that I can go and stand in the street and a car can hit me and I'll be fine. That would be unrealistic. But when things happen, I can see the control, and I can see how it turns out. And I've had situations that didn't turn out good. I mean, look at Whiskey now. Whiskey needs to go back to the vet. I haven't taken her back because I think they're going to tell me that we have to put it down. And I can understand it. I don't feel sad because I know what is happening. She's old. She has had an extension now on her life of a few months, and we've had wonderful weather that is amazing. That's Enzo just talking quickly. But yeah, trust me on this. There's something that can look after you, but you have to keep your side. You have to bring your part, and it will. And the impossible will become possible. My whole life has been like that. And like I say, I rely on it. I rely on it more than you would know. And I'm glad I do. There's a one fly left in the whole South Africa, and there he just sat on my face. Well guys, thanks for watching. That's about it. That's what I wanted to say. And thanks for watching. And have a good day.